All right, so we're going to do the even numbers today. So let's look at number 2. Are we condensing or expanding here?
Expanding.
Expanding. So what do we need to do? Addition. So we would have log of 3 plus log of 2 cubed. What else do we have to do?
You move the cubes to the front.
So log of 3 plus 3 log of 2. That's our answer. Number 4. Again, we are expanding. So what would we do here?
You would add.
Add. So what would our answer be?
It'd be log of A to the power of 2 plus log of B to the power of 2, and then move the powers to the front.
Perfect. So 2 log of A plus 2 log of B. If you wanted to just move the 2 from the start in the beginning and then just know when you break it up into addition that 2 goes to both of the logs, you can do that. So then this is our answer for number 4. Let's look at number 5. What would we do here? 6. Yep, the even ones. What do we do here?
You're adding again.
So here
you're condensing.
we're expanding, but we're adding. So we have
Oh wait, sorry, I was looking at number 7.
log of x plus log of y plus 2 log z. So here only the z is squared, so we just move the exponent in front of that one. So not all of the logs get that too, because it's only the z that's squared. All right, number 8. What do we do here?
Condensing.
Condensing. So what do we get?
You get log base 3 and parentheses 12 times 7 times 5 to the power of 4.
Perfect. On the test for tomorrow, if you want to just leave it like this, you can leave it like this. If you want to multiply everything on the inside and simplify it even more, 12 times 7 is 84. Yeah. So you could have 84 times 5 root 4 and leave it like this. You could do 5 to the power of 4 and then multiply that times 84 and you'd get a really big number inside. So it's up to you. This is enough. So if you just want to leave it like that, totally fine. All right, number 10. What do we do first here?
You're condensing it?
We're
you're expanding.
expanding. So we subtract. So log base 7 of 2 cubed minus log base 7 of 5 squared. What do we have to do next? Take the exponents to the front. So 3 log base 7 of 2 minus 2 log base 7 of 5. All right, number 12. What do we do here?
You're expanding it.
Yep, and we're adding. So first, I would move this to the front so we have 4 log base 4 of 12. Then we add 4 log base 4 of 7 squared. What else can we do here? Yep, so we have to move this exponent to the front, and since there's already a 4 there, we just times the two numbers together. So this would be 4 log base 4 of 12 plus 8 log base 4 of 7. Okay, is that it from condensing and expanding? Yes. Any questions on the first part? All right, number 14. What would we do first to solve this here?
Add 6 to both sides.
So we have ln of 3x is equal to 6. Now what?
You divide by 3.
No, we can't.
Oh wait, no. You have to put the e on the bottom.
The e on the bottom. So what happens on the left side?
Cancels.
So 3x is equal to e to the 6 power. We divide both sides by 3. So x is equal to, we would put this into our calculator. So we have e to the power of 6 divided by 3. So 134.476. Everybody agrees? Awesome.
Yes.
All right, number 16. What do we do here?
You put a 3 on the bottom to take out the log.
Right, we put a 3 on the bottom of both sides so it cancels out the log. So on the left side we have 2x plus 1 is equal to 3 squared, which is 9. And then we just solve for x. So subtract 1. 2x is equal to 8. Divide by 2. X is equal to 4. All right, 18. What do we do here? Put a 5 on the bottom of both sides, so it cancels. We have x minus 10 is equal to 5 squared, which is 25. Add 10 to both sides. So this is x is equal to 35. All right, number 20. What do we do here?
We make a log of 3.
We have to have the log base 3. So that base of 3 is what gets the 3 to cancel out. So we put a log base 3 on both sides. So it's not just a log on both sides, it has to be the log base 3. So this cancels, and we're left with x is equal to log base 3 of 500. How can we put log base 3 of 500 into our calculator?
You can put it as log 3 over log of 500.
Which one goes on top?
The 500.
The 500. So remember, just this one's higher, so the 500 goes on top. The 3 goes on the bottom. So log of 500 divided by log of 3. What do we get? .657. Everybody agrees? Good. Okay, any questions from this page? You guys are like professionals at this point. We've had so much practice. All right, let's go to the next page. 22. What do we do here? Put the log base 8. So it'll cancel out on the left. we have x is equal to log base 8 of 1,000. How do we put the log base 8 of 1,000 into our calculator? Log 1,000 divided by log of 8. So what do we get? .322. Perfect. All right, 24. Oh, we had one of these yesterday, and you'll have one again on the test tomorrow.
You have to factor.
We need a factor. So how would we factor this? We multiply the first and last, so we get negative 60. Then do we have two factors of negative 60 that add to negative 11?
Yes.
What are they?
15 and 4.
Which one's negative?
The 15.
Perfect. So here we have e to the x and e to the x. And this would be minus 15 and plus 4. What do we do next?
You have to equal it to 0, both equations.
We can't forget we started with a number that was not 1, so we just divide both of these by 6 and simplify. So e to the x is equal to, here 3 goes into both of these. So this would be 5, oops, so this should be minus 5, and then we put the 3 on top, out front. And then the next one, 2 goes into both of these, so this is e to the x plus 2. We put the 3 out front. So we just simplify, and whatever doesn't simplify on the bottom goes to the front. So this is equal to 0. What do we do from here? So we have to break them up into two separate equations. So we have 3 e to the x minus 5 is equal to 0, and 3 e to the x plus 2 is equal to 0. How would we solve the first equation? What should we do first? Plus 5. 3 e to the power of x is equal to 5. What's next? Divide by 3. So e to the power of x is equal to 5/3. What's next?
ln to cancel it out.
We do the ln to cancel out with the e. So x is equal to the ln of 5/3. So what do we get for x? You are right. Because we divided by 3, so this should be 2 here. My bad. So this should be a 2. We divide by 2. So this should be ln of 5/2. 0.916. Perfect. Everybody agrees? Everybody got that? Awesome. All right, for the next one, because we have two different equations here that we have to solve, we're going to subtract 2. So we have 3 to the power of e to the power of x is equal to negative 2, because we just subtracted 2 on both sides. What do we do next?
Wait, you can't do this, right? Because you can't take a natural log from a negative.
Right, so we have e of x is equal to negative 2/3. If we take the ln of both sides, this doesn't work. So we only have one answer here, so it would just be 0.916. So our only answer here is this one. Any questions on 24? So even your calculator will catch you if you try to, because if we had like the ln of negative 2, our calculator would say error. So if we ever got that, it would be no solution. Same with the log. If we had the log of negative 2, it would say error. So no solution. All right, 26. What do we do first here? Condense. So what would we get when we condense the left?
Log 7 times
Log 7 of 3 times x. Perfect. And that's equal to log 7 of 32. What happens when we have the same exact log on both sides? Cancels out. So 3x is equal to 32. Divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 32 over 3. Or you could find the decimal of that if you wanted to, but we could just leave it as 32 over 3. All right, 28. What do we do first here?
condense.
Condense. So what do we get when we condense on the left?
Log 2 x plus 5 divided by 2.
So
Did
since,
you put it in a division problem? Oh wait, never mind.
yeah, just a little too slow. Since we're subtracting, we divide. So log base 2 of x plus 5 over x minus 2 is equal to 3. Now what can we do? Put a 2 on the bottom of both sides, so it cancels. So x plus 5 over x minus 2 is equal to 2 cubed. What's 2 cubed? 8. What can we do next to solve this? Multiply x minus 2 on both sides, so it cancels. So x plus 5 is equal to 8x minus 16. So I just distributed the 8 in here. Next, we just combine like terms, subtract x on both sides, so 7x, add 16 on both sides. 21 is equal to 7x, x is equal to 3. Any questions on that one? All right, 30. What do we do first here?
You have to get rid of the fraction. Or you don't have to, but to make it easier, you can just multiply it by 3 on both sides.
Right, but this log of x, it's like log base 2 of x is just, the log's only affecting the x. So we got to be careful here that we don't think it's the log of x plus 5. So what can we do before we multiply that 3 on both sides?
Subtract 5.
Subtract the 5. So 1/3 log base 2 of x is equal to 2. And now, what can we do?
Now you multiply the 3 to cancel out the fraction.
Perfect. So log base 2 of x is equal to 6. Now what?
You put a 2 on the bottom to cancel out the log.
2 on the bottom to cancel out the log. So x is equal to 2 to the 6th power, which is 64. Any questions here?
Wait, how did you get rid of the 1/3 again?
We multiplied 3 on both sides, so it canceled out. Another way we could have done this, I'll do it on the side here. If we had 1/3 log base 2 of x is equal to 2, we could move this 1/3 to our exponent, so it would be log base 2 of x to the 1/3 is equal to 2. It was equal to, 2. And then we do a 2 on the bottom on both sides, so it cancels out there. So this would be x to the 1/3 is equal to 4. And then we would cube both sides. So we would take this cubed and this cubed. So x is equal to 4 cubed, which would be 64. So that's just another way of doing this. It's one more step than it was originally, but either way works. Whatever you got to do to solve them. All right, last one. Okay, 32, what do we do first? Condense. So log base 2 of what? What do we get? 3x is equal to 3. Now what? 2 on the bottom cancels out. 3x is equal to 2 cubed, which is 8. Divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 8 over 3. Okay, there's a couple I wanted to do as examples. So we did this one from the WebAssign, but I just wanted to do it again because you might see something like it on the test tomorrow. So we need to expand and simplify as much as possible. So what can we do first?
Expand.
Expand. So log base 3 of 8 cubed plus log base 3 of 9 to the power of 8.
Now you just move the exponents to the front.
Move the exponents to the front. So 3 log base 3 of 8 plus 8 log base 3 of 9. One thing we have to make sure, because we're trying to simplify as much as possible, if we have log base 3 of 3, this cancels out and this is just 1. So can we make this look like a log base 3 of 3 or this look like a log base 3 of 3?
You can make the right one the log. base
Yeah,
of 3
we
of
can
3.
change 9 to look like a 3 and make it 3 squared. Because 3 squared is the same thing as 9. So the first one stays the same. This would be 3 log 3 of 8 plus, now we're going to change this to 3 squared. So we just changed the 9 to 3 squared. So that log base 3 of 3 cancels out and becomes 1. So what happens to the 8 and the exponent?
You multiply them.
We multiply them. So we would just move our exponent to the front. So this would be 2 times 8. So 3 log base 3 of 8 plus 16 would be our final answer. Because this cancels. So you will see one like this on the test. So I just wanted to review one like this with you guys, because there wasn't one like this on the review. You just have to make sure that we can't simplify like this any further. Like we can't get 8 to look like a 3. But we can get 9 to look like a 3. So if you had like log base 2 of 8, can we simplify this? What would 8 become?
2, 3.
2 to the power of 3. So then what would this equal?
Just 3 in the front.
Just 3 in the front, because we would just move the 3 to the front. Log base 2 of 2 cancels. So this would just simplify to 3. So the majority of the test tomorrow is on 3.3 and 3.4, but there's one question from 3.1 and 3.2. So that's one of our log questions where we have to find the domain, range, vertical asymptote, and x-intercept. So you'll have one question like this. The rest of the test looks like the entire review. So for this, what would be easiest to find first? The domain, range, vertical asymptote, or x-intercept? What should we find first? The range, what's our range? Negative infinity to positive infinity. Remember, it's always going to be negative infinity to positive infinity anytime you have the graph of a log. So that's a given. What can we do next?
In the domain, is it 1/2 comma 3?
How would we find the domain? What do we need to do?
Do 4x minus 2
So remember, to find the domain and vertical asymptote, because those go together, we set the inside of our parentheses equal to 0. So 4x minus 2 is equal to 0. We add 2 on both sides. So 4x is equal to 2. Divide by 4. X is equal to 1/2. So what would our domain be? 1/2 comma infinity. And then what's our vertical asymptote? X equals 1/2. So whatever we get here, this x is equal to, that number is the same exact thing as our vertical asymptote. Then we take that number and repeat it for our domain. And then how do we find the x-intercept? Set the whole thing equal to 0. So we plug in 0 for y, which is f of x. So this is 0 is equal to log base 3 of 4x minus 2, and we solve. So how would we solve this?
You would put a 3 on the bottom of the log and a 3 at the bottom of the 0 to cancel it out.
Perfect. What's 3 raised to the power of 0?
1.
1. And then this cancels. So 4x minus 2 is equal to 1. Then we just solve for x. So add 2 to both sides. 3 is equal to 4x. Divide by 4. X is equal to 3/4. So how would we write that as our x-intercept? 3/4, comma 0. Perfect. So just a little throwback from the quiz that you took. You'll have one question like this. It's not worth very many points, but just wanted to make sure it was in there so you guys don't forget. Any questions about the test tomorrow?